Hello and welcome to the show. We are back on Fortune Island racing some more vehicles. This time we're going to be using some B-Class rear-wheel drive cars, and there is a rather interesting mixture of vehicles tackling this stuff. And while sadly we cannot do team adventures over here, we are going to be using the same cars throughout the races, so your vehicle must be able to deal with a tarmac race such as this one, along with off-road and cross country and all of that sort of thing. I am driving the Triumph TR6 that fairly recently came to Horizon 4 because I have not used it yet, and I had a very small amount of time to build my second car for this stuff, so I figured I'd have a go with something I haven't tried before. We've got all sorts of vehicles running in this. There is the Dingo Bug, which is possibly one of the worst cars in Forza, or it has been in the past. Maybe some people have got it working, maybe it'll have its uses around here. We've got an F-Pace with the big bull bars at the front that will find its way to the lead briefly. Nice cutback from the Beetle. Now the Lamborghini, I'm expecting to probably be faster down these straights than me. I'd hope I could outturn it. I did ponder, it was just released today. I did ponder building it. I opted against it because I want rally tyres, of course. It's snowy around here. We're going to be on dirt. Naturally, we're going to want rally tyres. And that left very little room for upgrades in B-Class. So that's why I didn't go for it. Left it quite heavy. But it does look like it's got some pretty bloody good straight line speed. I was hoping to have a little bit more acceleration in my Triumph. I'm going to be honest with you. It's a little bit weedy. And that's a concern for me. The Bug is doing surprisingly well. The Lamborghini's busy fighting the F-Pace. Now, if they can all busy themselves fighting each other, I might maybe be able to make up some ground here. Oh, I'm not sure. I had to keep the standard engine in this, and I don't know if it's the best. It's about 220 horsepower, I think it's turbocharged now, but it does look quite weedy. Admittedly, this circuit is a little bit of a different one here. This circuit, while it is short, is just a lot of acceleration zones, basically. And this is the sort of place where we may well not see the Triumph do that well. I would hope, possibly, become a more technical circuit, or maybe even a more off-road orientated circuit, we might see a different story from the little Triumph. But for now, I think I'm going to be stuck watching. It's a good battle up ahead. The Lamborghini's got up to second, and I don't think it's going to have too many issues depositing that Bug. Behind me, we've got a Illumicraft fighting a classic Bentley. Now, the Illumicraft can actually be surprisingly good. We have seen them be surprisingly good on here for various different purposes. Again, might not be the best when it comes to a tarmac race such as this one. Will probably come into its own on the dirt. Again, that's how you never really know. You can have a rough idea going into stuff. Sometimes vehicle surprises you. Sometimes vehicles let you down slightly. We are in a fairly consolidated fourth place at the moment. 3.5 seconds down on the leaders, but good number of seconds ahead. Oh, Lamborghini was wide into the wall there. That looks like... well, I say it looks like it's done for the Lamborghini. F-Pace is now fighting with the Bug. They're 3 wide up ahead. I wish I had the car to fight with you guys. I wish I had the car to fight with you. The Lamborghini's going to force the issue. I don't think it's going to make it. And that's all really helping the Bug. I think the Bug could probably come undone by either of those cars. However, because they're so busy fighting each other, it just gives the Bug another lap of peace. It gives the Bug another lap to run around, not being bothered by the Lambo, not being bothered by the F-Pace. It's still plenty clear of that group one. The other Desert Dingo Bug is all the way down at the bottom, not having as good a time as the one up at the front. I think the Lamborghini ran very deep again into the hairpin. It's going to lose the position it gained against the F-Pace. Yeah, it's an exciting race that we are getting to witness back here. And I guess if anything goes terribly wrong with these vehicles, miss checkpoint or clonk a wall and lose a heap of time, I am in vaguely position to do something about it. I can pick up the pieces if anything disastrous happens. Although around this circuit, it's probably one of the lesser likely circuits to miss a checkpoint. There's a lot of walls around the outside to catch you if you run wide. So the Lamborghini is now up into that second place. Still not found a way past. Is anyone going to bin it in the wall at the final corner? I'm stuck at 3.5 seconds and I can't do anything to close the gap. I'm just sat watching. If anything, I think I'm a little further behind this lap around than I was last time. We get a little bit of a wiggle out of the final corner. I think the Lamborghini might have done it on the final turn as they run up towards the line. It does look like the Lamborghini is going to have got it from the bug, from the F-Pace. I will have to sit here and settle for a 4th position. There's nothing I could really do. Indeed it was. The Lambo takes the victory. A very hard fought for battle up there. Very hard fought for battle. I was unfortunately stuck in a little bit of no man's land. Didn't have the pace of 1st and 3rd. Didn't really have the pace of the bug, but I was a little closer to that at least. But faster than other vehicles. M3 looks relatively quick as well. Potentially, again, it'll depend on the circuit. Solid start with the Triumph. Apparently we're going for some consistent 4th placing. Up next, we head to the Westwick Castle Scramble, a quite nasty, mostly off-road event. There's going to be a lot of water to have to deal with here. I don't know whether it's going to be frozen over water or quite what it might entail. Unfortunately, a lot of the other water I've come across so far while it's been winter here has been normal, which is a shame. I'd like some icy puddles to have to try and deal with. The off-road buggy does start at the fact the off-road buggy and the SUV start at the front of the field. I feel like that's a little bit unfair game. You could at least give the rest of us half a chance with this. The dingo bug is also up there. Yeah, now this we're not going to have the best. We're not going to be the best accelerating. We know this much. I don't know what the Lamborghini's going to... Whoop! The dingo bug's gone over. The dingo bug has fallen over immediately. No Forza Force. I guess perhaps in the snow it might make the ground wet enough to... Or the ground might count as wet enough. Also, the dingo bug falls over absurdly easy anyway. But yeah, obviously it's enough to have the vehicle fall over. That's quite funny. Okay, little Triumph. We are down on the leaders. We are down on those leaders. They have buggered off into the distance. We're going to try our best to avoid... We want to avoid the puddles wherever we can in this. And at least I have got a fairly small car for bouncing around and avoiding puddles and the like. I think probably the best I can hope to be is fastest of the non-off-roaders, I think. Just looking at the... Okay, I haven't had a great first lap. We got a little tangled up. But look at how far ahead that buggy is already. Yeah, I don't think we can catch that. Can I catch the M3, though? That is the question. Can we catch the F-Pace? It's more doable. It's definitely more doable than catching the buggy out here. Now, I've got to try and remember, there is... Now, the F-Pace has got itself into trouble, so that makes my life a little easier. There is ways to try and avoid... Yeah, where the F-Pace went very high up on the course there. There are places to go with these puddles. I've got to try and remember which side it is you want to go for each of these ones, where it's just a shorter run through the water. If you want to minimise your time dealing with the water, you'll get as much speed out of the car, or you won't lose as much speed, if you like, going through these sections. You see, I'm going to the inside. You can go around the outside, actually, that one as well. I guess the outside is probably a little safer, in all honesty, but it does work both ways. Come on, Triumph. It's weird, having gone from driving S1 class cars to driving these feel unbelievably slow. And I am more used to driving B class cars. I am much more used to driving B class cars than the fast vehicles. I've just momentarily got used to driving the quicker vehicles. Although I think this is just a slow accelerating B class vehicle. Great through the corners. Admittedly, they're fighting too wide up ahead. Helps me out. You know, I'll take every bit of help I can get, quite frankly, here. We head into the gravel section. I don't really want to try and stuff my car 3 wide there, but, you know, we'll skate our way through a little bit. We'll go up against the wall to keep up some momentum. Yeah, you see how much the BMW loses out, ending up stuck fighting through that. I'll leave it as late as possible to dive into the water. The F-Pace is always going to get through that water better than me. It's got, you know, more ground clearance. Hell, it's designed with, well, light off-roading in mind, probably, let's be honest, these days. The F-Pace is really going for it with the water splashing. I the F-Pace can get away with it. It doesn't really affect it anywhere near as much as the little lightweight Triumph. And then I can really, all the gap it gains down the straight, I can reel in through a couple of corners. Oh, it's a big wallowy boat. This is the F-Pace. It's a big wallowy boat. The BMW is coming to join in the fun again, and I might be the one being slowed down now by the... It's not that much faster than me in a straight. It is a bit, but it isn't that much. I can just carry a little bit more corner speed, that little bit more momentum, and we might get the pass done here. We will do. That's a terrifying sight now going on behind. It's really not the sight you want when you're about to go onto the dirt, when you're in a teeny tiny little British sports car. There we go. Right, we're going to throw it in through there. We're going to try and run it up wide through the second puddle. I didn't keep it quite as high as I would have liked. You're kind of a little bit, when you're in a car like this, I'm a little bit at the mercy of the puddle in places. You've just got to hope that you don't get... You hit it and you just get tipped sideways, and you just hope it's not too bad. And, I mean, we got away with it all, relatively okay, but, yeah, not the nicest. We're going to, again, try our similar line. It is a little bit risky with the checkpoints, but it is absolutely worth it. The speed... If I don't do it, I think the F-Pace would just run away from me, because it can carry so much speed through there that I simply am unable to. I've butchered up that corner. That was my stupid there. Oh, now the BMW is going to get us, and I'm not close enough to to the Jag. I would say see it, but I'm probably not going to. We will keep the position. I'm going to park the Triumph just where I want to. This helps the F-Pace though. Me fighting the BMW is what the F-Pace wants to see on the final lap, especially considering it's clear of us as it goes in towards its stronger sections. It is clear of us heading towards where the F-Pace is going to be a better vehicle. Now, I'm going to try and, again, minimise my time through the water. We've got some gap back to the BMW. That's what I like to see. The F-Pace, yeah, is now running that wider line as well. I don't think I can do it. I'm not close enough. I think my clonk on the wall may well have cost me. I think just overdriving it, trying to chase down the Jag. I mean, you've got to give it everything, really, haven't we? At the end of the day, we've got to give it everything, and I just asked a little too much of the Triumph. It fought valiantly, you know. It actually did pretty well. And as I said earlier in the race, I wanted to be the best of the non-original off-roaders. And we are going to be that. We gave the F-Pace a damn good fight here. Ninetales will take victory by an absolutely huge margin. I think he waited up at the finish so more people could get to finish the race. I mean, it was a second clear of the F-Pace, second and a half clear of me and the M3. Me and the M3 were, of the non-off-roaders, really the ones to go for. The Lamborghini did okay, the rest really struggled. That is a seriously nasty course. Not going to lie, that is a very, very nasty course. I picked it specifically because it was nasty. Hoping for some ice, we didn't get that, sadly. The Illumicraft, very good. I am pleased with the Triumph's performance, and had a hell of a race to go with it. Up next, we are heading to the Needle Descent. The nasty little mountain road. Well, there are a couple of straights as well to go with it, so I mean, with my Triumph, I'll have to make the most of the twisty bits, knowing that some vehicles are going to come flying up towards the back of us when we get to that sort of final section. It's a fun road. You know, we've loved doing hill climb stuff. I've loved building the cars to run up it. We've done little hill climb tournaments and so on. See what it's like with 12 of us trying to fit our rear-wheel drive B-class cars down it. A good grid spot for me. I'm hoping we can get past maybe the Renault 5 through this first corner. Now, the Lamborghini, I suspect, will have a bit of a gap on us, but it is bigger and heavier when it comes to the actual descent road, which is, you know, the bigger part of all this at the end of the day. I would be potentially a little concerned about the M3. That looked pretty good. Again, as far as the non-SUV cars go, the M3 looked pretty good in the twistier stuff, but I don't know what the Illumicraft, the F-Pace, probably not going to enjoy this road. The Illumicraft might be okay. F-Pace will be very big and very, very heavy. I think it's the heaviest car here at 4,000 plus pounds. Because they're about 2,000, I want to say 2,300, I can't exactly remember. Oh, Ninetales' Illumicraft has missed a checkpoint. That's, well, that's that one out of contention. The Lamborghini's actually doing a bloody good job. I fear I'm going to catch it just at the right time to maybe sneak a pass before the end of the wiggly road, and then it's going to obliterate me on the straights, although I'm not even catching it at the moment. The Jag is doing... Not the Jag, sorry. The Lamborghini is doing a mighty fine job down here. I almost need this to be even twistier. And maybe some dirt. That would... that would work wonders. Or maybe just thick snow around the place. Yeah, that's what we need. Twistier mountain pass, some thick snow to have to go through. Wait, we're just talking about some off-road rally stages again, aren't we? Basically, that's what we need. Yeah. So when it does get to the very, very twisty bit, I can catch up to the Lamborghini slightly. There are a couple more corners to go here. Unless I have a magical top speed that I am unaware of in this. Let's face it, not expecting the little British sports car to do much against a 360 horsepower Lamborghini for magical top speeds. We are right there. As I couldn't get the pass done. As I said, we'd be right there coming out of the twisty section, and now we get to watch the Lamborghini slowly disappear into the distance, as there is nothing I can do unless the Lamborghini magically run out of speed. Or break down. Let's face it, other two, I think I know what's more likely to break down. I don't even think I have a sixth gear either, come to think of it. I'll have been a little braver into this final corner. I've got half-decent speed out the other side. It's going to be tantalisingly close. It won't be enough. It'll be tantalisingly close. It is not going to be enough, though, for me. Lamborghini takes victory. It's a podium, another podium for the Triumph, which I like very much. The M3 gets third, Renault 5 fourth. F-Pace actually did do pretty respectably well, up in fifth ahead of the Bug, Gremlin, and then the Big Bentley. Big Bentley's not doing too terribly, all things considered. The Illumicraft down the bottom, we know Mr. Checkpoint at least, so it would be interesting to see what that could have done had that not happened. I'll take another podium, though, with the Triumph. We head next for a cross-country race. This is the Fenholm cross-country circuit. I would expect to see the Illumicraft probably bugger off at the front again. I don't know this circuit particularly well, which is going to be an interesting one. I've probably driven it at some point, but I don't know when. Yeah, the Illumicraft is likely to be very good out here. As, you know, F-Pace, maybe the Bugs... We'll see how they fare. They might fall over. That's the only downside for the Bugs is, yes, they've got ground clearance and so on, but I would be a little bit concerned about their tendency to roll over. A little bit concerned about their tendency to be falling over. Where are we? Oh, okay, there's a lot of water here. There's a lot of water here. I didn't really want to have to deal with. There's the F-Pace. Immediately caught up to me because he went through a small puddle. Oh, and there goes the Bug. The Bug, that can go... You know what, you go chase down the Illumicraft. F-Pace, you've got a big enough sort of bull bar at the front. Do you want to give us a push? Maybe? I'm in a very little British sports car. And us British cars should probably stick together and all that. I'm going to be beaten by the dastardly M3. Come back. Oh, bugger. That's a big jump. I mean, I guess there's a Bentley as well. That's a British car. You know, but still... whoa, there's some... cars cutting that one very risky with the old checkpoint. Oh no, I do know this circuit. It's weird. It's like I've driven this circuit a few times in, well, other seasons, shall we say. It looks totally different when you drive it in winter. In general, winter's the most fun. Winter's the most fun transition in terms of seasons, just because of the sheer variety, the sheer difference in winter to all the other ones. I've actually got some pretty good speed going up this hill. I'm almost out dragging the F-Pace. Almost. Oh, bugger. And off goes the F-Pace. Yeah. It's not by the most obvious of margins, but it is still a... yeah, and especially because that was a fairly straightforward bit of water we drove through. This is now a much more awkward bit of water for me. Off goes the F-Pace again. There's an angry pack of cars behind us. The... Dingo Bug is giving a interesting battle at the front there. It's not going all the Illumicraft's way. I'm going to have to go to third for that hill. Ugh, I've lost a bunch of momentum and now we've completely fallen back. So we have to make up. So the first half of this lap sucks for the Triumph. I have nowhere near enough power. We might be able to make up some time later on in the lap, I guess. Okay, the BMW nearly missed the checkpoint. The Lamborghini did. The Gremlin carried a lot of speed through there and has overtaken us. yeah, this is not the race. This is not the race for the Triumph. I feared it might be the way it goes. I've not got much power. I don't know how much power the Gremlin is putting out. Probably more than I, and that will help it with the climb, because the Gremlins aren't massively heavy. The Bentley is also probably quite powerful. Me and the BMW are, yeah, quite equal in terms of straight line speed and all of that, which got a couple more laps. Try and avoid pain is basically what we're doing here. Try our very best to avoid any more pain if we can around this circuit. We want to stay on the tarmac, not tarmac, on the out of the water, on the gravel, whatever dirt it is, as long as possible there. Whichever way it goes, though, it doesn't really go particularly well for us. We do stay ahead of the M3. I think they hit a wall and lost all of its momentum. Come on, come on. Triumph, climb the hill and then race back down the other side. Hopefully we won't tangle with the M3 down the bottom. That would be nice. We will have a advantage here in as far as... Oh, well, okay, they turned it quite a bit earlier than I was initially planning on. They can be the track sweepers. They can clear the path for us all the way through here, which does give me a pretty damn good run. That works nicely for me. Now, the Bentley we saw likely to bugger off up this quite nasty hill. There's a big old train of cars going on further back. I don't know where the Lamborghini, missing a checkpoint, is quite costly. It's only 3 seconds down, though. I don't know if it's going to quite be fast enough to catch up and give me grief before the end of this particular lap. I'd be surprised, but not impossible, that's for sure. Lead, as kind of expected, lead pair have completely and utterly buggered off in this race. You know, when you come to these multi-surface events, multi-discipline events, if you like, you can build a specialist car, and said specialist car will be can be very, very good at one particular thing, in this case, the off-road cross-country stuff, and struggle perhaps elsewhere. And admittedly, the bug was quite good at the first race. I had some okay acceleration. I think some of the more twisty stuff and some of the more difficult cornering, it does have a habit of falling over. It's a notoriously awkward car to build, that is for sure. I actually want to quite go that close. I want to take a more sweeping line through there, but I do want to follow you because I want you to be a street sweeper for me. It's not really worked how I had hoped. Well, we've still got some pretty good momentum through there. Not as good. Yeah, that Lamborghini is pretty damn fast out here. That Lamborghini is pretty fast. The power is helpful. The power is helpful, even if it's heavy. The the additional power in that, very, very useful. Are we going to be safe? Are we going to be safe up here? The Dingo Bug will take a victory. We'll get its first victory of the session. The Illumicraft second, the F-Pace third. I will hold on to a 5th position. Just not the best of the SUVs. The Bentley would be the best of the non-SUVs. Although, to be fair, the Lamborghini considerably faster than both of us, and that would have been the best of the SUVs had it not missed a checkpoint. But that is easily done around here. Very nearly got back past me. Another lap and I'd have been toast. Yeah, not a circuit for the Triumph, really. And our final race with these rear-wheel drive B-Class cars comes to the Will-O-Wisp Trail. Interesting. We'll start off with an interesting little mountain pass. We weave our way towards, I think, the middle of the lake housey area bit where we raced around with the cross-country event. So, yeah, the Triumph might be okay at the start bit. There's a little bit that involves some speed. I think the Triumph might have a little cry on. And the rest, I don't really know. It's potentially the Illumicraft's race to lose. Sadly, the fast Dingo Bug having some connection issues, so isn't going to be here to give the Illumicraft a good run for its money. I might be able to challenge the F-Pace, possibly. I think the Lamborghini might be a bit better suited to this track than I. Early on, I think we can maybe pull a little bit of a gap to the likes of the Lamborghini, if we can get through the traffic, of course. It is not the easiest of things to be doing, dealing with the traffic. especially not if you dive a little too much on the inside and very nearly miss a checkpoint. We got away with it. A little bit of leaning went on with the F pace to make that one stick. Gremlin leads the chasing pack. Gremlin, Renault 5 in all of this. There's that Lamborghini that I didn't really want to see. Renault 5 got in trouble. Renault had a little issue with some advertising boards. Kind of has got back going again now, but lost a position. Oh, water, didn't want that. Although we actually carried half decent speed through that lot there, which I'm surprised about. The F-Pace actually had a horrible encounter with a bit of metal fencing. Gates did not go down well with the F-Pace. That's put us up onto a podium position. Where is that? Where is that Lamborghini? Where is the M3? They are probably my two bigger... Not one of my bigger threats that I might be able to do something about. I don't think I can do much about that F-Pace. I was having issues getting this car off the line, and I shortened the gear ratios a bit. I might have shortened a bit too much. Wasn't really excited. This is where actually the Illumicraft might have some trouble. I don't know what the top speed's like on that buggy. It's not likely to be very good, come to think about it. So we've closed a lot of gap. I spot a BMW bumper that I did not want to be seeing in the rear view. We're back onto the dirt now, though. This is where the Illumicraft is suddenly going to be very, very happy about everything. I really can't afford to be in that snowdrift. I have not got the power to get away with that. I'm far too light. We're going to go 3 wide. Well, I was trying to go through the gap. A little bit of a weird pingy collision between me and the F-Pace fires me back across. We're going to go round the outside. I'm buzzing the limiter. Didn't want to have to change up there, but we have got through. Now the Lamborghini's going to take away all our hard work in this. Crap! All of that hard work to get up to a second place. Lamborghini comes steamrollering through and nicks it away. There's some more water to deal with. I hit the wall on the outside. I lost the back end. Oh, we're going to lose it. We're going to lose it to the F-Pace. We're going to even lose it to the Gremlin, I think, on the run towards the line. Yeah, we will. I've got no speed. We overdrove it a little bit. The M3 tried to get us. Couldn't do it in the end. Just clip the wall once. Once we were in trouble, it kind of Constantina pinged its way around. The M3 did not get a 4th place. Ignore that game. That is telling complete lies. The M3 was behind both me and the Gremlin. Yeah, we fought our way to 2nd and immediately lost it. A little bit unlucky, which is where everything came together in all of that. Triumph, not a bad car. As far as rear-wheel drive B-class cars go, not a bad car at all. It's the shorter, more technical stuff, I think, is where it excels at. It does struggle a little bit. Well, it does struggle a little bit with its lack of acceleration. Any track with some straights in it, we do potentially come a little bit undone. Of course, up against the likes of the F-Pace and the Illumicraft, off-road stuff is going to be difficult for it. It did do well on the dirt, though. It did do well on the dirt. Lamborghini surprised me. That looked like a pretty good all-round car. Probably a bit better than my Triumph in that the Illumicraft have its moments of being very fast, but struggled elsewhere. It's good fun. It is good fun, and the snow made things certainly interesting. That, though, is going to be it for this video. I thank you all very much for watching. If you want to sign up and take part in the next session like this, you can via our forums. There'll be a link in the description. Find the FailRace versus the community section, and you can sign up in there. That, though, will be it from me. Until next time, a goodbye.